Welcome back, everyone. Well, we all know that the most vulnerable segment of our population concerning risks with this virus are seniors. And I'm joined today by Lois Celeste, good friend for many years, who is the executive director of the Saratoga Senior Center. I think I said that right, Lois, didn't I? Saratoga Senior Center. That's a private joke between Lois. I always say that name backwards for some reason. Again, doing another Zoom interview, which is a little unusual for us, but under the circumstances, probably a wise move. Lois, I'm really excited to talk to you. You know so much about this population, and for so many years have just given just such a personal passion about this population. Let's get into it. What are you seeing? What's going on concerning the senior population?
Well, obviously, they're the most vulnerable population, or one of the most vulnerable populations through this crisis that we're in. And so, socially isolating is an issue that seniors have anyway. So now we've kind of stacked on top of that. And so we're doing anything we can to stay connected with any seniors in the community, what their any needs they have, or just talking to them. It's even harder to get out. The little that they were able to get out, some seniors are very active. Don't get me wrong, but others are very isolated, and so we're trying to reach out to that community to say we're here, we can help, we're happy to help in any way I can. Whatever that need is, the staff is ready to help out.
Well, you know what?
So,
Having been over at the senior center so many times, it's such a beehive of activity during the day. Now, I understand that it's closed down now, but also it was repurposed for a couple of weeks also. Is that correct? And you have
yes,
you have the building back again?
yes. So the city and Shelters of Saratoga took over the building for about 3 weeks. We are back in the building. The senior center is an essential service, so it's very helpful to be back in the building. But with that said, yes, it's closed to seniors. The last thing we want or can do legally is have a social gathering. But it's very helpful. Staff are now manning phones again and can answer messages again and can access, do some programming remotely, virtually. So, and that's what we're doing right now. So we're busier. I know it was a beehive and place was very, very upbeat and busy, and hopefully we will be again someday. But right now we're equally as busy trying to do the outreach and kind of repurpose the way we were doing things.
Let's talk about community connections. That always stuck in my mind because so many seniors go into the center as if it's a social activity every day, right? But then there are those who have trouble either with transportation or, physical limitations or whatever. And you always do such a great job of reaching out to them. What's going on with community connections?
So that's our busiest program. Community Connections is a volunteer match program, briefly, that used to work in a way that we would send people in to do spend some time with people, drive them to appointments, bring them to the grocery store, bring them to the pharmacy. Obviously, we can't do that, but it's really it is our busiest part of what we're doing right now. So it's our volunteer match program, and we still have volunteers working pretty actively, and we are recruiting new volunteers. So right now, what we're doing instead is reaching out to those folks, and as well as our entire membership, and doing reassurance calls, check-in calls. What are the needs? In many cases, we are referring them to the Office for the Aging for home delivered meals if they can't get out or cook anymore. We are grocery shopping for them. If they need transportation to a doctor's appointment, Office for the Aging is still doing some of that, so we refer to those. People in need of food pantries now. There's people that have no income coming in, so we will refer to food pantries and get them connected to them. So that's taken a bit of a life of its own. It's not just all of that. I mean, we've reached into our entire membership, but with those folks, we're delivering books and puzzles to people who can't get out, and the grocery shopping is key. Also, we've always done a spring cleanup and a fall cleanup for those folks, and so what we are doing right now is we're working a little bit with the Giving Circle again. Last year they did a full project for us, and Skidmore College had helped, but we've got a lot of volunteers, and we're still seeking them to go out and help seniors who are aging in place who can't do their yard work anymore. So we're doing spring cleanups for those. So that program is very, very active. We're at it full steam. We need volunteers. And if anyone out there knows of a senior in need, or it's their neighbor, a grandparent, they live far away and they can't get to their parents, we will help them get food. We will help them and do check-in calls. We will help them with their yard. There's no contact. Everything is virtual, wave through a door, whatever. We will not have contact with seniors, though.
Boy, it sure gives real meaning to the word community, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I've always been so impressed with the center for all those kinds of things. Hey, one other topic I want to get into is this whole sense of isolation now. And I just heard a very interesting report this morning on just how it's affecting people. With the senior population, I know you're addressing this. How are you addressing this?
Well, I think many seniors, not all, but many seniors are already isolated, have loss of many things, loss of their homes, loss of their partners, their resources, their ability to drive, all those kind of things. So I think oftentimes what we see is people are socially isolated. This has gotten even more difficult for those folks. But those are the people, and I think in some cases, certainly I could speak for my parents, they're not being very good about it. They don't like the loss of their, not to even get freedom in some ways, which is what some of this is. So their ability to even go to the places they are still able to, they don't like losing that. So I think they're a little frustrated as well, but everybody is. So, we're doing what we can. We're doing what we can to address it. We're doing it now virtually through classes and things to keep them connected. We're doing so many Zoom classes. It's really fun teaching them to get on Zoom. We've had to learn. And there's certain classes like our ceramics class, for instance. They can't get into and use the kiln. They're not able to get in and get their tools that they need, but they are socially meeting still once a week through Zoom and talking about the art projects they do at home and those kind of things. We're just checking in on each other. So we're doing, through most of our classes, probably at least half of our classes are up and running on Zoom at this time.
Oh, that's terrific. And you had mentioned earlier too, if Joel wasn't here, I wouldn't be able to do Zoom. So, that's a little telling unto itself. But you're reaching out and helping anybody who needs help understanding Zoom or understanding technology or whatever, all they really have to do is call, right? So, we got to wrap up, Lois. A couple of messages you'd like to get out to the population.
There's many people who aren't online right now, so who are not getting our emails and getting the information. Call the front desk if you know a senior, 518-584-1621. We will get back to you. We will teach you if you want to get online. We will help you with the census. We will make sure we're checking in on you. We will do all of those things. If you need help with anything, call the front desk. And besides that, we need volunteers. So the biggest request of seniors are masks. We have some people sewing and dropping them off. We will absolutely take them. We have a waiting list for seniors for masks. So we are not meeting that need yet. Volunteers. You can do kids, families. We won't mix them. We'll keep families socially isolated, but doing yard work, doing one-on-one help on the phone with people learning how to get online, helping them with census, helping them with Zoom, just calling and talking to them. So we need volunteers, we need masks, and yes, we need anybody out there who needs help to call.
Great, got you. Volunteers, donations. I know you're shut down like so many not-for-profits. I mean, it's just very, very difficult period. So great,
Definitely
Lois.
Worried about our year.
Yeah, thank you. And the information has been on the screen the whole time too. So just stay safe, and I don't know what the new normal is going to be like, but we'll see what happens on the other side. But in the meantime, thank you so much for all the work you're doing.
Thank you, Jesse, for helping getting the word out very much.
You're welcome. Stay safe.
You too.
Bye.